howdly doodly do, citizens of the nerdy world, do not press that pause button because welcome back to the fashionably lit review of Aliens Fireteam Elite. We are always fashionably lit, but we still have some words about games. I am your host for this episode, David Mark Moody, the glorious one, and joining me as always is my fabulous co-host, the glorious Amy Kate Alexander. How are you doing?
Hello. Ignore the background. There's shit everywhere. It's a thing. I've literally paused doing a home renovation to do the review, and then I'll go back to it after this. So sorry about the mess. I can see a brush, a washing basket, a basket. It's the whole thing. Hello.
Oh.
How are you?
I'm not bad. I got beat up by a pillow.
Yes, you did.
And I did indeed. Oh, God. It's going to be a funny one, Amy. It's going to be a funny one, Amy, indeed. But, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we are here to talk about Fireteam.
Fire
Aliens,
League.
Fire League. Fire League.
Fire
Aliens.
League.
Aliens Fireteam Elite. Aliens, indeed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You do the thing. I've got a thing.
You do the thing, I do the thing. That doesn't sound right either way. But our descriptions are, ladies and gentlemen, the general information is it was available on Xboxes, the PlayStations, and the PCs. It's developed by Cold Iron Studios, published by Focus Home Interactive, and the genres are action and third-person shooter. Aliens, that's a sexy little drawing there you got, Amy. There's no doubt about it. I'll top you, though.
You'll top me?
With the queen. With the queen.
Right.
Description. Set in the iconic Alien universe, Aliens Fireteam Elite is a cooperative third-person survival shooter that drops your fire team of hardened Marines into their desperate fight to contain the evolving xenomorph threat. Face off against waves of terrifying zombies. I almost said that. Xenomorphs. That's not Back for Blood yet. We're not there yet. Xenomorphs and Weyland Yutani synthetic foes alongside two players or AI teammates as you and your fire team desperately fight for your way through 4 unique campaigns that introduce new storylines on to the Alien universe. Create and customize your own Colonial Marine, choosing from an extensive variety of classes, weapons, gears, and perks, battling overwhelming odds in this heart-pounding survival shooter experience. Amy, I have played Aliens Fireteam Elite, as we all know, is basically the Funko Pops alone tell you I am a huge Aliens fanboy. Basically, yeah, I'll just show you even more. See? And I've got another one which I'm not going to get at this moment in time. And now I'm going to struggle getting this back on the wall.
It's fine.
It's on an angle.
I don't want you to, destroy your entire,
There we go. I'll put it back on the wall. It's on an angle a little bit, but I'll fix it later. But it's all right. Yes, I am a huge fan of this franchise.
Me too.
Even though, yes, for the most part, it's mostly been bad to mix.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's like, I would class Alien, like the franchise Alien, as like one of my favorite franchises of anything, like of all time. Yeah. But like most of it hasn't been great. Like most of it's been pretty bad. Like there's been like one couple of good games and a couple of good films.
Yeah. Much. They peaked so early. They peaked so early.
They peaked
Who would have thought it?
In what was it, the 70s?
They peaked in the early 70s and the mid 80s.
It's all downhill from
downhill from the 90s on. See, they didn't do it right. See, one was in the 70s, one was in the 80s, but they did two in the 90s.
Who knew the line, "It's game over, man, game over," would be like so prophetic to like how the rest of the franchise was gonna go.
Yeah, that was seriously true. Yes. Oh, bless.
Apart from Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation as a game is an incredible game. Yes, a little long in the tooth. I don't deny that personally, but it was an incredible atmospheric horror experience that was just amazing. And then we have Aliens, Colonial Marines.
But we're not here to talk about either of those games because we have a new Alien game.
Yes, we are. We are here to talk about Aliens Fireteam Elite, and I don't know how to talk about this game properly, Amy, because I'm not a horde mode guy. I'll say that right now. I have never enjoyed the horde mode aspect. I consider it arbitrary and boring. I'm not going to lie to that. But I had a little bit of fun in this, and I think it's probably more because I'm a fan of the universe and a fan of aliens and xenomorphs and just being able to wield a pulse rifle and a smart gun and just go and just shooting hordes of them was pretty satisfying. I will not deny about that. I had a lot of fun when I played it with foxes. The story, there's not really much of a story. I'm not going to lie.
I was going to say there's a story.
Yeah, there's not much of a story. Like, if you've read the prequel book or listened to the audible of Aliens Infiltrator, I think it's called, you get a little bit of the backstory of what happened before everything. And so when I saw certain aliens with names above them, I was thinking, I remember that. I knew that reference of because I knew the backstory and everything. But if you don't know the backstory, you haven't got a freaking clue. And there's some real some silly design choices on this game as well. And also, it's buggy as hell. It is buggy as hell. Pun not intended at all. I seriously do mean that. It's not meant to be intended, that part. But it may have come across a bit. I
didn't think. Okay, I'm back.
So basically, I say you're going through the levels, and you're fighting hordes and hordes of aliens. You got the runner alien, basically the one from Alien 3. That's basically the runner. They're the ones who just keep charging at you. You've got the drone one. What's the beast one? That's basically the alien from the first film. That basically he will charge at you, and he is a pain in the backside to kill because you have to basically give an entire 10,000 clips of bullets at this thing to take it down, depending on the level you're on and everything. And then on the difficulty. And there's other ones as well. They've got this bull one. Interestingly enough, they've took some aspects from the other games that we mentioned. Alien Isolation. You've got the synthetics. Synthetics from the gear. I can't remember the company from the Alien Isolation before Weyland-Yutani buys them. Spoilers a little bit to that, but you got them in there because you've got AI teammates if you don't have two players, and you've also got different looking aliens that are some of them have been taken from Colonial Marines.
Ouch.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie there. I was thinking, okay, that's an interesting aspect, but either way,
you always know a working Joe. I knew it.
Yes, I remember that part. I can't remember the company who owns them.
It was right there at the edge of my brain. I was like, what was the thing again?
That is true.
What did they say?
So, continue with this. So basically, you're going down. It's just each level. There's only 3 missions on each story mode part, and each one at the end you fight a big giant, a menacing alien morph or thing, basically. Because there's a boss. Yeah, there's a thing that's not an alien in there. Basically, so no, not a predator. No. Something different. But yeah, if you enjoy the universe, I think you will get a lot of fun out of this. If you don't like hard mode games like that, like me or anything like that, I don't think you will click with it for this type of thing. Like going to the design, there's some weird Amy design choices when it comes to this. So the AI is a bit of a pain in the backside because they literally just jump out of holes, and you just like right in front of you. It's like, oh, thank you. Die. And it's like, it's not one, it's like 3 or 4 of the buggers. And it's just like, well, you're quite easy to kill. That's okay. We're good there. And then you can set up like in a really fun way. Like I was always the demolisher, so I had the pulse rifle and the smart gun. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun for me. Fox was the technician, so he carried a turret around and threw out turrets, and it was really fun. Yeah, he's really fun when it comes to that, and it was always really fun, like just organized and planting everything. It's like, okay, we're ready to go. We're ready to go.
How many classes are there?
At the time there was 4, but I believe now they've now added a 5th one, a shield type, where you can walk around with a shield and shoot like that type of thing. But I haven't been back to that yet, so I can't comment. I believe Doc is a pretty broken character in that he not very good. I believe they've released a patch, hopefully in fixing the character and making it a lot more easier to play. But I can't comment on that. I'm only going off what I've read online and everything, and like read through articles. I have not played as Doc. So yeah, the AI is a little bit silly to it. Like it's just charging at you all the time. They jump out of little spaces and everything like that. When they capture you, like if they jump on top of you, it's like, oh, I should die instantly here. You don't, especially when you're shooting at the alien while it's on top of your friend, and you're thinking you should be melting right now, type of thing. So there's some.
You've got to account for like making the video game fun necessarily accurate to the license, because if it was accurate to the license, it'd be the Dark Souls of horde shooter. It would be so fucking impossible.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And like when you get to the level parts that you have to like hold up and set up a proper station and everything, it basically can be pretty easy because you'll have an orange box behind you where you've got infinite ammo. So I'm sat back, I've got my smart gun, I'm just going like that. Boom, turn around, refill, turn back up. Oh, duh. So there's some really easy parts to it. There's some annoying parts. Like if you've watched the stream of being Foxes, the characters like say the same things over and over and over and over and over again, and I was just like, shut up. At the end of it, I was like, oh please, alien, just take me now. Just take it. Just kill me, type of thing. But no. And then there's some really weird story elements to it. And not story elements, but just how things happen. So in the first mission that you go and save a scientist. When me and Fox has got to the scientist, I think it's second mission of that part. We thought, okay, we're gonna now go back, redo our perks, do all our things, change ourselves up and everything like that. And then we just realized, wait, so we've just left. So that means the doctor came with us, right? The doctor came with us, right? You telling me he didn't? You telling me we got to him and then just went back, hopped on a ship, flew back up to our big ship to change things up, and we left him until we started the mission 3 to get him out of there. So we left. We got to him and he stayed down while we went up to do all our perks. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit.
It's a bit weird.
Silly. It's very weird. I was like, wait, so he just stayed down there? He's just stayed. When we got back, he was literally in the same spot we left him as well, with his handgun ready to go. And I was like, oh, you poor bastard.
It's like imagining Aliens where it's just like, okay, and you wait here. We're just gonna go and get some more ammo from the spaceship. We'll be right back. Just stay here, and Newt's just there, like.
Yeah. It's like,
why did we give the child a gun?
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, it's. I enjoyed it because it's Aliens.
That's
I don't
fair.
think it's
but
it's not.
No, that's fair, right? Like playing a game based on a franchise that you really love, right? Like that's fair. I remember, it's gonna go way back to like the original Xbox. I remember the Buffy the Vampire Slayer game on Xbox. Not a great game, but it was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer game, so naturally I fucking loved it. Like, well, recognizing it's not a great game, is it? But
yeah,
it's a thing that I loved in video game form. So I totally get the whole thing of like, oh, maybe it's not the greatest game, but it's Aliens, so you loved it because you love Aliens, and it's like that's totally valid.
Yeah,
That's totally valid.
yeah, yeah. It's when I played it, it was buggy, it was messy, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Don't play it with randoms. They can be a right pain in the backside, especially as you can't boot them. At the time I
What?
was playing, I couldn't boot them. I was thinking, dude, you're annoying me. I'm gonna boot you. I went and had a look for main foxes, and we're just like, no, I can't boot this guy. Why can't I boot this guy? I want to boot this person. He's annoying the crap out of me. So I couldn't boot it. It might have been added in now.
So
After.
they made a multiplayer game where you couldn't kick people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not great. Like,
That's a big no-no.
that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. I'm looking it up now. You can add, let's not let.
Unless I missed it, and there's always the chance I could have missed it. But I'm pretty sure I can boot the guy or the person. I don't know if it was a guy. I'll just say person.
Person. I want. Like it'd probably be. I have to be more specific in Google, so I'll take your word for it.
Please be more specific.
It's just like here's a review of Aliens Fireteam. It's like I don't need to see a review. I'm doing a review right now. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with it because I enjoy the franchise, but there's not much here.
Right. Like how much is there? Like how much game is there? Like in terms of like how many like campaigns are there? 'Cause, like Left 4 Dead, for example, it's a similar type of game. Like obviously it launched. It had the 4 campaigns with the 5 maps, and how much is there here?
3 campaigns with 3 levels, 3 or 4 levels each, if I remember right.
Oh dear. Okay.
And they're all the same. I do mean like all the same, and then after that, it's just like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Right.
Getting your level up, skinning yourself, doing tattoos, or changing your weapon up in skins and everything. It is a very light on that. So it has got county stuff coming.
Yeah, of course. It's live service game, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to be able to sustain this.
So,
which is very, very disappointing because I think right now the sound effects are incredible. That's the one thing I'll say right now. The sound effects are arguably the best thing when it comes to this because when you shoot that pulse rifle, you feel like you are firing a pulse rifle. When you're hitting it in, you feel like you're actually hitting an alien, like just like you hear the sound in Aliens, the splats and the screams of the alien. It's really, really well done, and I had a lot. That was brilliant. There was a great element to that. And I love the new ship that they've got for the Endeavor. I thought, it's like basically an upgraded version of the Sulaco. It's just like, this is what we would do 20 years later. And it's just like, you're a beast. I like you, basically. And it was awesome. Running around that little area, it was a lot of fun.
Sound design, yeah. I remember when I was at EGX before Alien Isolation came out, I went to a talk. I went to a developer session about Alien Isolation. It was all about like all the stuff that they'd been given from like the films and like the hard drives that they got with all like concept art and the sounds and stuff. Like I imagine that these developers had the same thing with like just everything.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It's crisp, and I can't fault it for that. When it comes to the connectivity for the internet and everything, it's pretty seamless, in and out, no problems or anything like that. I had no problems with that. Me and Fox was like had a good fun. We chose to try it with randoms at the time, and then like some of them were just being idiots and just kept on running away. And I was like, all right, well I'm just gonna leave you to die. If you're not following us, aliens are just gonna chop you up. We're fine. We'll do it by ourselves, and we did most of the time. And then we just switched it to just having an AI character, which the AI character is just a basic standards, walks around with a pulse rifle with a couple of grenades, but he did the job for us, so we had no problem with it when it comes to that. But yeah, it's so
like there's 3 maps, three campaigns with a few maps in each one.
Yeah, you go to the station first, then you go down to the planet, and then I think you go into the research station.
Yeah, so it's like a continuous story.
Yeah.
Story. But so like what do you think the replay like the like multiplayer games
if
like
you
this
like
survive
mode,
on dynamicism, right? It's like how we can play Among Us every single week and never get bored because so much can happen in the space of what we're essentially doing is playing the same thing over and over again. Like what's that like with this game? Like is it dynamic? Does it feel like it's dynamic enough to sort of sustain like long-term play, considering doesn't sound like there's that many levels.
No.
Right. Okay.
I don't think it is when it comes to that. Like, it's a hard mode game, and I think hard mode games are very basic and mundane. And it just does the same thing over and over and over again. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I know what you're saying when it comes to Among Us, like what you just said. But I think it's different for us when it comes to Among Us. We're playing with more people, and we only play it once a week. If we played this constantly, I think I would get bored with it very, very fast.
Pile of books under my desk.
Which would be annoying, would be disappointing for me.
Yeah, Among Us was probably a bad example. It's sort of like, say for example, me and Keith, years and years ago, we used to play a lot of Firefight on Halo Reach, which essentially is the same sort of thing, right? It's like there's I can't remember how many levels there were, how many maps there were for that. 7, I think, 6, 7, 8, something like that. But like, it was entertaining because like you were doing the same thing over and over again, but like because of the way the levels worked, the objectives, like the way the AI worked, like it was very dynamic in that like it always felt different enough between each. Like you play the same map 10 times in a row, but you never feel like you're getting quite the same experience 10 times in a row, which is what I think like a lot of games like this, because obviously this is just an entire game focused mostly on that sort of thing. Like it lives or dies by that. What the fuck was that? I just saw it go straight across your camera.
A moth, it looks like.
It was lit up by your light, just went. Definitely caught that on camera. We've got orbs. Put it in the journal. Yeah, like a game like Alien. There it is again. A game like Aliens Fireteam Elite like survives on that. So like, if it feels samey, it's gonna wear thin really quickly. So I guess that was sort of where I was aiming at. Where it's like, does it feel like it's gonna be samey, or is it gonna be?
Each mission was the same. Each mission was basically the same.
That's a shame. That is a shame.
Yeah. Each mission, like 12 of them, 4 stages, and it's just.
Yeah, it's like
I said. Go on.
It's like I put an ungodly amount of hours into Left 4 Dead, right? And every single level was get to the end, don't die. But like, it just surprised me constantly. Like,
but this is the thing. What I'm more worried about, like, I know we're going to be trying Back 4 Blood and everything like that. If that's that's my biggest worry for this game. Like, I enjoyed this game just because it's aliens. I don't think I'm going to enjoy Back 4 Blood because it's a hard mode game and it's just going to be zombies, and zombies are kind of getting boring these days.
Incorrect, sir. The way people are using zombies is getting boring.
Oh, that may be fair. Either way, but no, yeah, it's
because they're all using them the same way.
Final thoughts on it for me. It's, you like aliens, you will probably have a little bit of fun of this game. If you don't like hard mode, it might be a drag. And
if you don't like either,
you're screwed. I'm just gonna say that you're screwed if you don't like either. That's all it is. You don't like either. You got 12 missions, 4 stages. You got some fun customizational parts of it. I could change things up. Like I tried to mimic mine to look more like Vazka's. Like I put Adios on my smart gun because that was what she had on hers, and I was like going as best as I could get it to make it look like Vazka's. And like some little fun parts there, but it's nothing that's gonna break you. For me, I can't see myself going back to this game.
Fair enough. I mean, you haven't, which is kind of, for me, it was kind of like the tipping of like, oh well, I think I know what he thinks of it because he hasn't played it since since the stream, right? So it's like, okay,
yeah,
okay. Like that was subconscious, like in my head, just going, all right then. I see you, Rudy. I see what's going on here.
Yeah,
it's a shame. But
yeah, it is a shame. I was looking forward to this game just because of the aliens alone, but by the end of it, it's just like, yeah, it's a hard mode mundane
game.
What, disappointment.
Makes me want to play Alien Isolation again.
I'll say that right now. Like, yeah, I kind of feel like
I might need to reshuffle some retrospective plans around. I think.
Yes, I wouldn't mind seeing you stream that.
I wouldn't stream it, but the video would be pretty good.
It's a horror game. Boo! You said horror games.
We'll talk about my retrospective video philosophy in a bit.
Well, that is it, ladies and everyone, for this review. Let us know what you think of this game, and did you like it? Are you in the middle, or are you with me? I'm in the middle, I would say, overall. Or did you not like it? Leave a comment down below, as it is our time to get the hell out of here and go and play some more video games for us to eventually review them late, because we are the Fashion Late Reviews, and we are out of here. Say bye, Amy.
It's game over, man. Game over.
Get away from her, you bitch.